As the lotus blossom receives sunlight, it opens up completely. We are the lotus blossoms who, when receiving light from the Son of God, open up to all He intends us to be. Received July 11, 2022. My being is so powerful that I could create the universe and make people in my image to speak things that are not as though they were. My spoken word brought the world into existence, created the sky, the seas, the land, and everything upon the land and in the seas. Then I created mankind in my image. How could I communicate with a people who would run in fear from me? The idea of putting myself in a human body was introduced throughout scriptures as my plan all along. My spoken word was with me, preexisted with me in my spirit. Would people realize my love and my desire to communicate with them if I made my word enter into a chosen human body? To give up his glory in heaven, to become a vulnerable human being who had to depend on others, to care for him from babyhood until he died on a bloody cross. He paid for the frailty of people who would choose to reject his sacrifice made on their behalf. Unless my spirit could enlighten them to who Jesus really is, fully human and fully divine. So I sent my spirit to open the eyes of all who would dare to call Jesus Lord. However, many, wanting to be in control of their lives, to live as they choose, would reject my incarnate presence. I mourn for those who choose the wide path of humanism instead of the narrow path of life in me. Those who choose my path will be blessed in everything they do, for I will orchestrate the stages of their lives. Also, they will live in the place Jesus prepared for them, for there are many mansions in my kingdom. My believers will dwell with me in perfect peace and will never die, but just change realms of being. In my kingdom there will be no mourning, crying, or pain anymore, and I shall wipe away every tear. How can you pass up this future? Won't you join me so I can love you, speak to you, bless you, and lead you to your destiny? I invite you to come to me, the way, the truth, and the life. For there is no life any other way. Be blessed, my people, and choose wisely. How I Learned to Hear from God by Patricia Williams. There are many ways God communicates with his people. This is my story of learning to hear his voice. Because I had listened intently to my Father speaking wisely to me as a child, I yearned to hear the voice of my Heavenly Father. I knew his wisdom would be vastly greater than my own natural knowledge. While many people spend their prayer time talking to God, I spoke little and listened more. He has always spoken to me in quiet, solitary, secret places. Few words at first, but then more and more as time progressed. The more I heard, the more faith I had to receive. From 1985 to present, I had a pen, a journal, a Bible, and lately my cell phone ringer muted in case I needed to look up scriptures or the meaning of words I received. Most important was giving him sufficient unhurried time. God is present in the praises of his people, so I began each session with praise until I would ask him what he wanted to say. Did I hear prophecy right away? No, just a few words, or maybe a sentence. Then later on in time, more would come. I felt like a scribe taking dictation from God. When he speeded up his delivery, it was hard to write fast enough. Pride could have gotten in the way, but the Lord kept warning me of having any pride. He told me I was only an instrument to hear, record, and deliver His messages. For 2 years, God has called me to prophecy. Only in the last few months did He make it clear exactly what I should do, down to the very last detail of this YouTube series. Everything you see and hear was orchestrated specifically by what He told me to do. I'm compelled to continue this series as long as God tells me to do so. Why did God give this assignment? It is obvious. He loves His people so much that He wants to bring them closer to His heart and bless them with His words. Receive and be blessed. In case you want to check out your physical hunger as applies to health and weight loss, tune into my series on Eating God's Way for Health and Weight Loss. You will hear what God has shown me in regards to His eating plan for us. In my own search for health and weight loss, God has revealed and led me to great sources that explain His principles about food. They apply to everyone, so He told me to start a YouTube series. Each post will cover a different aspect of God's eating plan. Check it out.